Good evening. Welcome to episode 28, and we have 3,826 days until we're 40. Gonna wait for everything to sync real quick, and then we'll continue about our day. So today is a little less scripted, actually. Just figured I'll just let what's on my mind flow. And I was putting down like a list of names and people to talk to, right? People to meet at in Denver at the conference and events to go to, and all the people I know, the areas that I want to work in, you know, things that really like one thing I know I think quite core to myself is that I want to see sound money like Bitcoin, and I'll include gold as part of that, but Bitcoin's more efficient. Um, make it come back into daily usage, make it efficient, and encourage people to use it and partake in it, and um, gain a lower cost of capital from actually using it or holding it or borrowing against it or all of that. And it's a pretty a solution that brings a lower cost of capital through the use of a new or innovative sound asset is really almost like, I mean, not to get ahead of myself, but it's like the design of a financial system. You just can't do that like alone. It's not like a startup can solve that. It's definitely something much bigger. And you need a lot of people. You need a lot of community. You need a lot of people driven by a similar goal, really, to achieve that. And Bitcoin has that vibe. Like there are many communities that do really believe in fix the money, fix the world, and a lot of conflicts, struggles, or divides in the world tend to be about resources and money and fairness or unfair or just promises that people give and keep or don't keep, and having to trust people in that process. And when you have something that you know at least at the ethos of it, you don't have to trust anybody. You can verify ownership, and you can't replicate it or create it out of thin air. You just have that, like, you have that as a base platform default built in, and I mean, hey, stock markets are down. um, Trump administration making moves with the tariffs and everything, and it's like there's a lot of volatility and uncertainty in the markets, and we're not used to that these days anymore. um, Uncertainty, they say, is bad for the market, but I mean it does create trading opportunities and opportunities for more. But specifically, it goes to show that how impacted and connected we are to each other, to the world, to how large individuals with capital can impact and affect our um, daily lives, even. And probably skipping a few steps here, but those who have been in the space or researched money and how it works, and just the way to gain capital, the way to build capital, the markets and people to talk to. Even just like building a fund, what's the process of building a fund? How much track record do you need? What sort of like numbers do you want to be able to show? What markets do you want to sell to? What sizes of a fund that you want to build so that you can actually sell it and then go on and build another one? What type of originations you might want to have, defaults, what things to control, whether um, like the ratio of prevention versus cure. I might be rambling here, but if there's a fintech founder out there, they might actually uh, understand this. And among all of that, I just find myself very confused sometimes. Like, I'm privileged to be part of a lot of communities, in halal finance, in auto finance, in private credit, private equity, private lending, Bitcoin finance, um, Bitcoin ordinal communities, like just there. I don't know. I feel like it's like too many communities sometimes. Then of course there's family and friends, and I'm like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed just writing the names. I was like, oh wow, I'm so glad to have like I can list easily 200 people, and there's more that I want to meet and connect with. And it's like, that's so much work. But I think that's a bit of an excuse. If I put the ego aside, like having these communities and just the opportunity to reach out and just say hi to each of these people um, is definitely a privilege. Where, where, where do I really take that? Where do I really focus that? Because like when you think about it in terms of energy, you're working with many different people, many different communities, many different identities, and you kind of want to forge a path forward for with all of them, right? Like if you're having, I mean, let's just be simple, like the idea of allowing people to achieve lower cost capital and more efficient and effective financial lives through sound money like Bitcoin and gold. That's like a long statement, but how do you compress that? How do you make that really um, resonate with people of all types, walks, colors, and places, and get them to really move with you? That's something I've been exploring. I haven't really found an answer yet, but I will continue to explore. Thanks for listening today.